Have you ever pondered over the current political landscape of Canada and its international implications? Canada, a country known for its tranquility and diplomacy, is currently facing a whirlwind of international tension. A diplomatic row between India and Canada has surfaced, stemming from allegations of India's involvement in the murder of a Sikh separatist leader. India, denying any such involvement, has expressed concerns for the safety of its citizens in Canada, warning them about politically condoned hate crimes and criminal violence. This tension between the two nations is casting a cloud over the upcoming Canada polls, leading us to wonder, how do Trudeau and Poilievre stand amid this Nijjar row? To comprehend the present, we need to delve into the past. So, let's rewind and trace the events leading up to the current situation. Our story begins with the murder of a Sikh separatist leader, an incident that sent shockwaves not only across Canada, but also around the globe. The violent act was not just a crime, but a spark that ignited a diplomatic row between two nations, Canada and India. Following the murder, allegations began to surface, suggesting India's involvement in the unfortunate event. These claims seemed to gain traction as Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau demanded that India take these allegations seriously. India, however, vehemently denied any involvement in the killing. It was a classic case of he said, she said, with both nations standing their ground firmly. As the row escalated, India expressed concern for the safety of its citizens residing in Canada. The Indian government cited politically condoned hate crimes and criminal violence as the reason behind this worry. This prompted them to issue a travel warning, advising its citizens to avoid traveling to certain regions in Canada where these incidents have happened. Meanwhile, the United States, a key player in global politics, called for India to reveal what it knows about the killing. This further added fuel to the fire, intensifying the situation. Interestingly, Canada reportedly worked closely with the US on intelligence, suggesting Indian agents were potentially involved in the murder. The Conservative opposition leader in Canada urged Trudeau to provide evidence supporting the government's claims. This political crossfire, coupled with the ongoing diplomatic tussle, has cast a shadow over the upcoming Canada polls. And that brings us to today, a time of strained relations and political uncertainty. Now, where do Trudeau and Poilievre stand in this politically charged atmosphere? In the heart of this international incident, the political dynamics between Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, and his Conservative opposition leader Poilievre have come into sharp focus. Amid the turbulence, their standings on the issue have become a critical element in the upcoming Canada polls. Trudeau has been vocal about his stance, demanding that India take the allegations of their involvement in the murder of a Sikh separatist leader seriously. This assertive demand from Trudeau reflects his commitment to justice and the protection of Canadian citizens. It also portrays him as a leader who is not afraid to challenge international powerhouses when it comes to defending his country's interests. On the other side of the aisle, we have Poilievre, who has taken a different yet equally firm stance. He has urged Trudeau to provide tangible evidence to substantiate the government's claims. By doing so, Poilievre is pushing for transparency, accountability, and a fact-based approach to this complex issue. He's positioning himself as a leader who values evidence over accusations, a move that could resonate with voters who are wary of political posturing. This international incident has thrust the Canada polls into a new light, with potential voters closely watching how Trudeau and Poilievre navigate this diplomatic crisis. Their responses, their actions, and their leadership in this time of tension could very well shape the outcome of the polls. Only time will tell how this international tension will influence the political future of Canada. So, what are the key takeaways from our discussion today? Firstly, we've unraveled the escalating diplomatic tension between India and Canada, sparked by the tragic assassination of a Sikh separatist leader. The whirlwind of allegations and denials has led to a climate of unease, with India cautioning its citizens about potential hate crimes and violence in Canada. Secondly, we've examined how this international dispute could potentially impact the upcoming Canada polls. The charged atmosphere has seeped into the political arena, becoming a significant point of contention between Trudeau and Poilievre. Lastly, we've dissected the political standings of these two politicians. Trudeau's demand for India to take the allegations seriously versus Poilievre's call for evidence of the government's claims. It's a delicate balance, a high-stakes political dance. In summary, this complex web of international relations, political ambitions, and public safety concerns has created an intricate narrative that will undoubtedly influence the Canada polls. As we navigate these politically turbulent waters, one thing is certain. The outcome of the Canada polls will have far-reaching ramifications, not just for Canada, but for international relations as well.